Hey everyone, I'm Dean, I'm the dad.
I'm Laura, I'm the mom.
I'm Crystalline, I'm the daughter.
And together we are
Family Plot.
Now that was much better. I like that. That worked out.
You know, if you hadn't... Then, okay.
We're not going to talk about the last attempt. Let's just get on with the episode.
Well, this week's episode is all about dragons. And dragons are one of the most fascinating pieces of folklore imaginable. Every group on the planet has come up with their own dragon legend. So virtually every type of human has said there is something about dragons.
Yeah.
So, this is going to be an interesting episode because we're going to, at least spiritually, travel all over the world.
Nice. We always spiritually travel around the world.
We'll take a dragon flight of fancy if you were.
Okay, that was pretty good.
Okay, don't be dragging your puns around.
You know, on a scale of 1 to 10, mine was better than yours.
I didn't know the scale of 1 to 10 was designed to measure what you did that was better than me.
Now you know.
I'm not sure how many scales are on a dragon, but I'm sure it's not 10.
Well, there's that too.
Well, so as I was saying, dragons. They come from, well, we don't know. And they go where...
We don't.
Well, we don't know. Frankly, there's a lot we don't know about dragons, but we're going to do our best. So let's start with one of the earliest examples of dragons, and that is Tiamat, or possibly Tiamat, Tiamat. It's a Babylonian word.
Oh, of course it's Babylonian.
And Tiamat was really the first dragon, or at least one of the first. The timeline is real weird on some of these. But basically the story of Tiamat is that she was a goddess of the oceans, and she got together with the god of groundwater, and together they birthed a bunch of new gods. Now, later, instead of being depicted as this fountain of life, she was pictured as a chaos deity. And so she was pictured as a large, scaly serpent with multiple heads, or a many-headed dragon.
Well, there you go.
And she was slain by the hero Marduk, M-A-R-D-U-K, or Marduk, I'm not sure how you pronounce that name. I don't speak Babylonian, I don't know its inflections. However,
I learned a lot about that because of, we learned about Babylonian before.
So, yeah, Tiamat was slain by Marduk, as opposed to Marmaduke, who is a dog.
Right.
Okay.
And
these puns are getting rough.
they are. However,
They're getting rougher than scales.
In the Epic of Gilgamesh, it talks about how Tiamat gave birth to dragons, true dragons, that she gave poison instead of blood.
Okay. So they lived with poison in their bodies?
Well, if we are to believe this legend, and we don't have to, but it's really one of the earliest of its kind. She claims that the blood of dragons is essentially venomous. That their blood is poison.
Right.
So, this is interesting, and we will revisit this later.
Mm-hmm.
But that is really the first dragon we come across in our folklore. Now, at the same time, there's also dragons from Sumeria, and we will talk more about them in just a minute. But before we get into the Sumerian dragons, which roughly exist around the same time as Tiamat, I think it's time we heard Krysta's weird fact.
Weird facts are always a good way to go.
Weird facts are always a good way to go.
We gonna put the thing in? We're gonna have a drum roll and then we're gonna put the thing in.
You want a drum roll and then the thing?
Yeah.
So a drum roll and then the sting.
Krysta.
Okay. So hello guys, welcome back to my facts, my 5 weird facts.
We love your facts, Crystalline.
Yes, we do.
Crystalline! Yay!
So today's 5 weird facts are about fire. Because you know what most dragons are known for. Or what some fairy tales tell them to be known for. Blowing fire.
Sure, yeah.
Either fire or smoke billowing out of their nose. Let's talk about that right now.
Totally.
So let's just get into the facts.
Mm-hmm.
So we are looking at Smart Control Systems Ltd. I would be looking them up on one of the old things that I've been using, but I don't really feel like going to one of the old ones because I just search it up on Google, find the right ones that I want to use and use them. But anyways, that's boring. Let's just get into the facts. Number 1. A candle flame typically burns at around 1,000 degrees Celsius.
Wow.
That's pretty hot.
It is pretty hot. Almost as hot as your dad.
Anyways, second fact.
I don't think she liked my throw-in there, but... Second fact!
Number 2. No one knows who invented the fire hydrant because its patent was destroyed in a fire.
Wow.
Do we know where it was invented?
Nope.
That's fascinating.
Mm-hmm. Number 3. Cotton will catch on fire if superglue is applied to it.
What?
Cotton will catch on fire if superglue is applied to it.
Wow. I don't even know how that works.
No, I don't either. I
don't know. I didn't go too deep in that. I was like, ooh, nice fact. I'm going to put it in here.
So, is that saying that if you put super glue on cotton, it'll burst into flame?
Yeah.
Cool. We need super glue and cotton.
No!
Well, I have super glue. I don't know about the cotton situation, but, you know.
Let's not do that, please.
No fun.
I don't want to burn the house down. Don't know about you. I don't want Scott to be ticked off at us because we burnt the house down with applying super glue to cotton.
Okay, anyway, Killjoy.
Number 4! Earth is the only known planet where fire can burn.
Because of the level of oxygen we have.
Yeah.
Yeah. Number 5. You can start a fire using ice.
I suddenly feel like I'm back in Boy Scouts. What?
You can start a fire using ice.
Okay, I don't believe that one. I think that's a false fact.
You may need a couple things to start it, but still, you can start a fire using ice.
Yes, if you've frozen matches into it, then you break the ice, you take out the matches, you dry them off, and then you start a fire. That's the way that works.
No, I don't think so.
Using...
Mom's searching it up because she doesn't believe me.
Well, Krysta, those were some fiery facts.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing them with us.
Okay, to make a fire, the ice must be clear. Shape the ice lens for fire making. You can also grind your ice fire lens on cement or stone. Finish shaping your ice fire lens by using the heat of your hand to melt the ice lens smooth. Then you would use the ice lens and magnify the light onto dry tinder to actually start a fire using
So
ice.
it's the magnifying glass trick,
Yes.
but with ice. Very
Yes.
nice. Very nice. See, Krysta? You are smart. I'm proud of you.
Thanks.
So, Sumeria. Sumeria, we're dealing with these creatures that are essentially snake-like, but again, they have more than one head. They have 4 sets of legs. They're called Musashi. And again, they're proto-dragons. They're early dragons. They're dragons before the dragons became what they are.
Uh-huh.
And these early creatures, again, Sumeria, Babylon, these were societies that arose around the Tigris and Euphrates rivers. This area is called the cradle of civilization. And this is where the first humans really began to build a society. And this is where we get some of our first artwork and our first ideas. So, the fact that the Babylonians and the Sumerians had dragons is interesting. Now, a lot of people think that dragons are just a way to explain things in the natural world. For example, according to some people, dragons are a way to explain rain and rainbows.
Mm-hmm.
Especially like dragons of the East.
Mm-hmm.
Countries like China and Japan, their dragons are a little different. Some people think it's a way to explain fossils, like the people of Greece and the people of India.
Right. And I would think so too, because, fossils are pretty interesting, but I don't think scientists have found them all.
And then there are some who believe that dragons were a creature essentially waiting for the end of the world. Like, everybody thought that 2012 could be, dangerous because of the Mayan calendar. People thought dragons were the same way. They were just waiting for the end of the world to come flying out and kill all of us. Mind you, these were people from, the year 500 and 600. Nobody modern thinks that I'm aware of, or that I could find. But
Possibly. Maybe they're still planning to do it. They're just busy playing frickin' spades.
Well, now, like I said, almost every culture has their own dragons. We're going to focus right now on the Eastern cultures, the people of Korea, Vietnam, Japan, and China.
Okay.
Those countries' dragons are theistic. They're godlike.
Mm-hmm.
They're able to transform into humans.